So, as we've addressed, my name is Caleb Payne. Some of my friends call me CP, Caleb Payne Composer. I am a musician. I'm the guy at Vapa Band. And as a musician, I thought it would be very interesting to talk about how you can write a symphony from scratch. And this will be talking about analyzing more of the physical side of music. Like, I think everyone knows how you can record something and a little bit how that works. But audio, how is audio made, and how can you turn something like just a clip into an entire symphony and explode it out? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start by talking a little bit about film and movies and music, because they actually kind of do get hand in hand. So we're gonna use Shrek as an example, just to figure this out. Like, how are movies made, so that we can relate that back to symphonies. All right, so Shrek has 31 scenes in it. Now, Lala, can you tell me what a scene is?
You're putting me on the spot here.
I know.
It's like a clip of, well,
just like a short part of a movie, right?
Yeah.
That's what a scene is, and Shrek has 31 of them. So we can divide the whole hour and 30 minutes into 31 like 3-minute clips of Shrek, and that's what a scene is. But these scenes each have 39 shots in them. And so what a shot is it's basically you press record on your phone and then you stop recording. So if we were filming a movie, we're gonna say, Caleb enters, boom, there's a shot of Caleb entering. And then we go over here and then get a shot of Caleb recording, and then we get a shot of Caleb in front of the class. And this is basically how it's all built together. But what is a shot? It's just like a 2 to 3 second video, right? Videos are made of frames, right? We can figure out how frames are. They're just little tiny changes in how the video is made. So they're literally just pictures playing in sequence to give the illusion that something is actually moving when it's really not. So that's actually a really interesting concept in its own. Like, you just put pictures in sequence and your brain automatically thinks that it can move on its own. I think that's really cool. But once we go into pictures, they have 8 million pixels on its own, right? So each little segment is just one color. That specific part of Shrek's body is that color. And what is a pixel? It's just 3 colors. It's just a combination of green. If you want to have this part, it's going to be a lot more green than red or blue. If you want to get like the bluer part, you have more blue. If you want it to be white, it's all of the colors at the levels up. And so Shrek is just 3 colors. You can create the entirety of Shrek, hypothetically, with just these 3 colors. And I'm assuming you guys kind of already know this a little bit, how that is put together and how film is made with that. But how do you do this with music? Like, where do you even go from there? So I think I'm gonna tell you that just like how you can create Shrek with just 3 colors, you can create an entire symphony with just a click, with literally just a snap, right? And how do you do it? So I'm gonna give a few demonstrations. Can you turn the volume up on this? Is this?
Yeah, it should be up pretty high, but
It is. All right, we'll see it. First one,
He has to turn it.
he turns it on. Can you?
no, just go to the right.
Oh, nice. So this is my finger. And you speed it up. The whole symphony. But that's kind of a joke. It's close to that. It's a few more steps. It's not exactly that, but it does happen when you speed your fingers up and go so fast that it creates a pitch. Listen to this. Hear that? It's not a beautiful sound. But it's a pitch, right? So we just turn something that sounds like a clap into nothing into a oh. And what you can do with that is you can change it. Oh, 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 and you can make entire melodies out of this. So how do you turn whatever that is into something actually beautiful, like a violin or a human voice? And what you can do is you literally just add them on top of each other. You start with a low one, and you add another one on top of another, and you use these specific frequencies, and you can create any instrument, any sound you want, literally just by layering these frequencies on top of each other. So try to see if you could figure out what this is. First one, second one. Pretty cool. It's a human saying, oh, we just broke down. We synthetically created a human voice out of just these simple frequencies we got from snapping, which I think is really cool. And what you can do is you just synthetically create every single instrument in the orchestra. And here's what I did. This is a shameless self-plug. You start with the flutes and the piccolos, right? And then you layer it with the horns and the trumpets. And you add more percussion using the same trick. You add the strings, and it creates this whole symphonic sound on top of each other. So what I do is I add a synthesizer, even phone synthesizer. Like the big ending all symphonies have. You know, it's very stereotypical, but big ending. But that's how symphonies are created. That's how you can create a whole orchestra from scratch. But I said symphony. So like, how is a symphony created? Well, just like we were talking about movies. Movies have scenes. Like Shrek has 31 scenes. Plays and ballets have acts. Symphonies have 4 different movements in it. So the first and last movements are really fast and really driven to get you hooked and get you to leave. So it's like boom, 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 boom. You know that da 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 da. That gets you hooked. And then the middle ones are all slow and lyrical. It's much more romantic, and it really gets you into the heart of the whole symphony, and it brings it all together. And so, if we divide these movements up into one more thing, we have this thing called form, and a movement has 3 parts to it. And everyone who takes like piano lessons or learned about sonata form and heard of a sonata, and basically, I'm gonna explain that all classical music is built around this idea that you play a melody, you change the melody, and you bring it back heroically. So here's my simple example of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star in the style of classical music. You'd sing it, twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Then you make it minor, you make it sad. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. It's all sad, but then you bring it back in the end. Bum, ba, ba, bum, 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 ba, ba, bum, 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 bum. It's literally just changing the rhythms, but you can play it and keep the melody the same while taking everyone on their own story through the changes in the melody. But what is a melody, you might ask? We keep diving into it. A melody, like Twinkle Twinkle, is based off of these things called motifs, and there's the shortest fragment of music is what we call a motif, and it's literally bum 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 bum. It's literally just repeating Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. So you have the that rhythm, da 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 da. You repeat it a second time, da 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 da. Repeat it a third time, da 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 da. Repeat it a fourth time, and that's literally Twinkle Twinkle Little Stars built off of this thing called motifs, and that is how you kind of can create a symphony from scratch. I'll review really quickly. Take a snap, you speed it up, and it becomes a hum, like a frequency. You add these frequencies together, layer it together, it becomes an instrument. And you put these instruments together, you get yourself an orchestra. Now you can get the orchestra to play a motif, da 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 da. Repeat the motif like 5 or 6 times, da 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 da. Then you can take that melody and change it a little bit, bring it back, and it is a movement. And you just do this 4 times. You got yourself a symphony. Is that too easy? That's just creating a symphony from scratch. So, my final words is that this is how ChatGPT does it. So ChatGPT can figure out how to take a snap or just a single bit of information and layer it and do all of that process. It's literally just going through these 8 simple steps that you can do to write a symphony. So, if you want to write a symphony, just do it, because you can write it from scratch. That's my ending pitch. But thank you.